Oh, he's already screwed up. Punching, body chopping, kicking in the balls.
Nasty.
Ramen like your French girl.
Oh. Oh? Oh? What? Hi, I'm Edison.
I'm DC.
And welcome to Fans React. We are watching Not Me episode 2. Last week we were introduced to the story, the cast. There was obviously a lot of political, social depth and layers in there.
I did do a little bit more research about the rule of law and the rule by law, and it was actually making a political statement or a statement about the system that is currently going on in Thailand. Then I even went on and saw some of the boycotts in which they were doing of the people, and it's all very, very interesting. Like, the little people have to follow the laws while you have the corporations and things like that are making the laws for their benefit. So warming to see just maybe a political message in there. It's something really, really different from all of the other BLs out there. We have to keep in mind that this is a Thai production made for Thai audiences. Even though we see it, there's other messages in there.
I know that they have censorship in this show. They had to redo some bits to get past the censors.
This stuff is still getting played on TV, so it's not going to be too risque. But they really, really do come hard on censorship with its critiquing either the king or also the royalty and also the government. So they do have to be very, very careful, because not only can you get taken off, you can get jail time.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm talking about people in Thailand.
I think there is like a prevalent theme of corruption. I think that is to an extent universal, whatever country you're in. It's a heavy topic, and BL is such a light, sort of fluffy thing. Obviously an interesting point of view to see some sort of political statement other than equal rights or lovers. I want to know if there's gonna be some sort of like impact or flow-on effect, you know, from a BL, if it can sort of create change. That'd be interesting to see, because, you know, it's a form of entertainment. Because already I feel like it's normalizing same-sex relationships, and, you know, to a lot of Asian countries, it's so great to sort of see that being spread throughout Asia. Places like Malaysia, I know that there was a BL that was trying to get off the ground that was shut down. Singapore is trying to get their first BL out. It's just nice to see, you know, this medium as one of the vehicles for change.
Even the scene dealing with rule by law and rule of law, there's already connections on the Twitter space about that scene, and conversations happening around it. It does start stuff, and so they're using that to start a conversation. And I think that's one of the best ways to do change, is just by starting a conversation.
Let's actually talk about the episode that happened. This is really silly, but when I look up actors and I find out they have a girlfriend, I'm very sad. So it's silly that you're disappointed that someone has a girlfriend, because, you know, your chances are already negative 500,000%. But, you know, like, them having a girlfriend just decreases that chance of you ever. I don't know what I'm saying.
And that's why a lot of the BL actors do keep if they have a girlfriend or whatever, they have to keep it secret just so that they don't upset their fans.
So yeah.
Sorry. Okay, let's get to the plot. Okay, because, you know, I still love Graham and the actor and whatever, you know, whatever. I don't know if anyone else was like, this plot doesn't make sense, but I was definitely on the, like, why are you doing the secret identity twin thing? I thought Black,
to me, seemed really nice in the flashbacks. He was standing up for his twin brother. He had a good heart, and, you know, if he's the type of person to do bad things for
his loved ones, I can let that slide.
Yeah, but that was also, he was like 7, and now he's a grown evil adult.
If it's any deeper, Black to me represents more the action-taking part of change. You know, he does what needs to be done, and White is more the diplomatic, peaceful sort of like side of change. You know, protesting and petitions.
So what you're saying is that White is more Superman and Black is more Batman?
Sometimes people believe that you can enact change without resorting to certain, if like you're being oppressed by violence, you know, for example, sometimes you do need to meet that with violence, but that's sort of how I am kind of like imagining this binary.
Okay, so power concedes nothing. Power does not concede itself. And so a lot of people who are saying, well, you know, hey, peaceful protests and stuff like that, it doesn't concede for its own self. You have to do something. And even the most peaceful protest, it was a violent reaction and upending in some shape or form in order to get change. I can go on about this for a lot, but we have to get into not me.
Oh yeah, so you said that the Tawi case is actually based on something in real life, which is really cool.
Yeah, and it's actually a similar case that is going on still in 2022.
Oh, what? Don't be shy, babe. Just hold on. I love the translation of lads. I'm gonna have to get used to this genre because there's a lot of like gang or violent type shows coming out next year, and it's just like it's so jarring for me to kind of like have these romantic moments interspersed with serious situations.
Maybe I'm also used to it because I'm used to like action movies and romantic comedies from the West where a lot of that takes place.
กูกับไอ้แกมจะปีนกำแพงขึ้นไปเพื่อดูยามส่วนพวกมึง2คนรีบตามขึ้นมาแล้วจัดการยามให้หมด
Take down.
แล้วพอเราเข้าไปถึงตัว
What does that mean? Like punching, karate chopping,
โอเค
kicking in the balls.
Nasty.
Just like
Head snapping.
tying them up.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, head
I'm like,
snapping.
I'm just like, are these like how bad are we getting here? I need to prepare myself.
You're like, I don't like that.
I don't like it. I just want to be prepared so I know, you know, what sort of evil to expect. Like burning a house down, I'm chill with. I'm like, nobody's getting hurt. And Toei's a rich man. He doesn't need that house.
Yes, several more.
I just want my characters to be morally good. Is that really so hard? Like,
I love a morally ambiguous person.
oh, a Nintendo Switch? Okay, I feel like we shouldn't trust this dude as well. Something's up. He's way too rich right now.
Yeah, the Switch. The Switch makes everything look more expensive.
He's had a view. He had a huge bed.
มึงเนี่ยนะเป็นห่วงคนอื่นไปด้วยเหรอวะโดนตัวไหนมา
แค่เราเผาบ้านที่ไม่มีคนอยู่จะทำให้ใครเดือดร้อนวะนอกจากไอ้ทวีหรือมึงจะถอนตัว
Don't do it. Don't do it.
กูไม่ถอนตัวกูแค่ถามลองเชิญพวกมึงอะเผื่อมีคนเปลี่ยนใจ
Oh my god.
เสียเวลาชิบหาย
What a...
ถ้ามึงมาถอนตัวตอนนี้นะ
Oh my god. Oh. Bram's like, how could you test me? I thought we were in love. Okay, never mind. I don't even know.
It's just a empty house in the middle of the forest.
The most you're gonna hurt is maybe the local wildlife. That's pretty bad.
And the house catches on fire and starts big old blame.
It is a national park. Like, how are you gonna contain it? What? His house is like a castle.
แต่ฝั่งนู้นไม่ยามอยู่คนหนึ่งไอ้แบ็คมึงไม่จัดการยามตรงนู้น
Lol, that's so funny. Isn't that funny? Aren't these the hilarious situations you get yourself into when you're taking someone else's identity? It happens to be your twin.
It happened to me. If I had $1 for every time that happened to me.
What is he gonna do? Oh my god. I hope he has a weapon.
So if you're going to sneak up on somebody, having a light on your head is not a good way to sneak up on people.
Why, it's meant to be the smart boy. Oh, he's already screwed up. Punching, karate chopping, kicking in the balls.
Nasty.
John's got his back with the chloroform.
Maybe just a rag, just a dirty rag. No chloroform.
I love the like evil portrait, like portraits, the framed paintings. This house is pretty.
Also, he has a painting of himself up
ดั
there.
งนั้นไฟมันคงลามขึ้นไป
Burned down. He probably has several paintings. It needs to be burned down.
I just think it's hilarious how the villains have paintings of themselves in like things. Just like it's so camp and cheesy. Oh, the marble. I like marble.
You would be an evil villain inside.
I definitely would if I had the money. Power corrupts.
I'm corruptible.
I love that shot.
I know, it's a nice visual. Oh my god. Are they like literally burning the house on camera? Like, they burn a house for this show?
That'd be so awesome.
I hope it's just CGI. Oh my god. White needs to chill the F down. Oh my god, this dude needs to run away. Una painted a picture of 4 people on a tree cloud. Heaven?
Ooh.
What is this art? What is the interpretation here?
It looks like it's the Happy Forest. Okay, yeah. Alright. So it looks like forest.
So he's like an art activist, graffiti activist, and now he's gonna die. Because they're...
Oh!
Yeah! Oh god, I don't like this. I don't like potential death. Well,
So there were 2 different people protesting this guy. And this other guy, who was just something totally different, was saying, okay, you know what? I'm against this too, so let me just fuck up your shit.
That's why it's good to get organized. If you ever like...
Everybody should come together and...
Just make sure you're not burning down your friends. Oh, black. Okay. Oh dear. I mean white. Okay.
กูช่วยไอ้แบ็คเองพวกมึง2 คนขึ้นไปอยู่ข้างบนเอาได้
Wait, so white needs rescuing? Oh, white went to help. Okay.
อ้อมไปด้านหลังคือมีทางออกทางอื่นไอ้หยกมึงก็ไปหาคนข้างบนเดี๋ยวกูหายแบ็คเอง
Oh, that's really bad. White just made the situation worse by risking his life, unless he does end up finding Yuna? Okay, well... Now there's 2 bodies to carry. Oh, they did it so we can set up these 2.
Oh my god, I love this.
I mean, the flames are beautiful. Like, the show is really well shot.
Yeah, no, I said I love all that. Like, cinematography and just like...
Doesn't this guy study fine arts? And this guy is a graffiti artist. That's cute. That's a cute pair.
ผมขอเห็นหน้าคุณไว้ได้ไหม
Was that like... I'm so confused. Was that like a romantic moment? He's like, can I see your face? Or was that more like...
No, it was more of a romantic moment because I kind of see your face, and he was like, no, kind of like Cinderella running away at
He's like,
the end.
no, I don't know who you are. I'm a secret graffiti artist. I don't want to go to jail.
Right. It was like, do you work for him? I was like, why are you asking me that question? Like, so it's like Cinderella running from the ball as the ball burns down. Oh, I must find that graffiti artist. That graffiti artist protester. Yes, and he'll go around trying to find who the hat belongs to.
It makes more sense that he finds his Instagram and then tracks that down.
กูเกือบตายคนไหนๆก็เกือบตายอ่ะถ้ามีคนตายใครจะรับผิดชอบเราต้องรับผิดชอบร่วมกันแล้วมึงต้องเป็นคนรับผิดชอบเรื่องนี้มากที่สุด
He was like, right, you need to stay in character.
นี่คือแผนของมึงไอ้แบ็คแต่กูจะให้โอกาสมึงอีกครั้งทำตัวให้สมกับเป็นแบ็คที่กูรู้จักหน่อย
Ooh,
Love.
one more chance. Act like the black that I used to know.
Was that got yeah?
ต้มถั่วเหลืองสั่งน้ำตาลไม่ถึง 2% อร่อย หอมมัน
The soy milk. Carbonara bacon ramen.
ไก่
What?
ทอดมาม่าอร่อย
Oh, that's interesting. That's wild.
I see some of the ramen and I'm like, I want some of the ramen instant.
ไอ้เหี้ยสอนเล่าไงดีวะกูจะไม่รู้อ่ะ
What do you mean? It's all good. I feel like they're all still alive.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. He was in there doing something bad too. He was trespassing.
Is this the psychic twin sense thing?
นี่เป็นวิธีการสู้ของพี่เหรอวะผมเข้าใจนะเว้ยว่าที่นี่ทุกคนไม่เสมอภาคเบื้องหน้ากฎหมาย แต่สิ่งที่พี่ทำมันคือการทำลายกฎหมายซะเองพี่ทำแบบนี้ทำไมวะ
Okay.
กูขอถอนตัว
What?
I don't know. I'm not into
Why
this
did you
character. Oh god. First you come up with this terrible idea of, becoming your twin, and then you don't commit? Oh my god. Like, commit.
พูดเหี้ยอะไรของมึงเนี่ย
Oh, Graham's gonna bring his boyfriend back to the side.
N for penny, N for pound.
Oh, Graham and Black definitely had something.
เดี๋ยวกูทำแผลให้
He's so caring. He's so caring. That's so nice. Why do you have to have a girlfriend?
Oh, is he crying?
Maybe he is. Maybe they had a really strong brotherhood.
Is it like, how long were they out there? When did they go? Why is the sun coming up?
ถึงวันแรกที่มึงสอนกูขี่มอไซค์เลยว่ะ มึงให้กูฝึกขี่จนสว่างคาตา ถ้ากูขี่ไม่ได้ มึงก็ไม่เลิก
I need to see this Graham and
มึง
Black
ให้กูขับไปเรื่อยๆแบบ
storyline. They're so cute together. But legit, if he was your boyfriend, you would know that's not your boyfriend.
Freedom is the oxygen of the soul.
That's a nice line.
I like that line.
See, Black is a cool dude. Black's chill.
So he's chill but a little misguided and angry.
น้องอ่านนี่ดิ
Is this a girlfriend?
เธอคิดว่าคนพวกเนี้ยเป็นฮีโร่หรือว่าเป็นสารเตี้ย
เพราะว่าก็เอาไว้ทำเพื่อตัดสินคนชั่วๆที่ทำตัวอยู่เหนือกฎหมายอ่ะไอ้คนเร็วๆพวกนี้นะมันสมควรโดนเล่า
งั้นจริงดิ
จริง
Aw, I like his girlfriend. I bet he's gonna have to break up with her.
รอบหน้านะถ้าไฟไหม้ลงไปดี
What do you mean what? Obviously he's gonna end up with White. He's gonna have to break up with her one day.
Maybe she's his friend also.
Okay, maybe they're not together. Yeah.
Guys and girls can be friends and be close.
I'm just used to the whole BL thing where they have a girlfriend at the start. Oh my god, this is something I forgot. Like, I was like, right, you have to live your double life and your normal life. And I was like, how are you gonna do your normal life and do Black's life at the same time? I wasn't sure if they were gonna show White doing his job for his dad, because he's gotta go to uni and do his dad's job.
He's gonna totally Hannah Montana this.
He's gonna burn out, that's what he's gonna do.
เราเป็นความรู้รอบตัวแบบสากลนี่แหละ แล้วก็ถ้าเกิดได้ตามพวกข่าวปัจจุบันมาบ้างก็น่าจะดี อย่างข่าวล่าสุด
It's gonna be about how we...
คุณรู้เรื่องยัง
อ๋อครับ
คุณคิดไงอ่ะ
That's so awkward. It's so awkward when you meet someone and you're sussing out their political views, right? And you're not sure if they're gonna say something, or you're not sure you're gonna say something, and they're gonna be but this is what I'm seeing right here, right? It's
yeah, no, right here where I guess he wants to make a good impression, but I'm over making a good impression. In my real life, I'm hey, get with it or go away.
คนพวกนี้ต้องตั้งใจจะแฉทวีเรื่องรุกพื้นที่ป่าแน่นอน
ทำไมคุณถึงคิดแบบนั้นนะ
การที่บุกไปเผาบ้านกลางป่าสเปซิฟิกขนาดนั้นน่ะ มันเป็นการเคลื่อนไหวเชิงสัญญาแน่นอน
Don't you think they use violence to solve the problem? Do you think it will work? Without the fire, no one would care about the issue.
สื่อเสอก็ไม่สนใจนำเสนอข่าว แล้วก็แค่เผาบ้านไม่ได้มีใครเป็นอะไรซะหน่อย แต่ถ้าเกิดว่าให้ผมไปเผาเองอ่ะ ผมคงไม่ทำนะ ผมไม่พร้อมจะรับผลที่ตามมา คือคุณต้องแยกแยะใช่ป่ะ การที่เขาเผาเพื่อจะแสดงออกว่ามีคนต่อต้าน อันนี้ผมเห็นด้วยว่าเขาทำได้
Okay.
สิ่งที่เขาทำมันก็ผิดไปตามกฎหมาย
Okay.
ก็ต้องสู้คดี ก็พูดได้แค่ตอนนี้แหละ ถ้าให้ตอบแบบการทูตจริงจังก็คงพูดแบบนี้ไม่ได้อะไม่งั้นสอบตก
I like him. He was kind.
He seems like a realistic dude. They definitely are hammering some political Black Lives Matter. What do fruits have to do with this? What? That's so different. That's a separate topic.
It's very interesting that this show is making a lot of political statements.
I think even referencing, Black Lives Matter is saying we see that.
Well, also it was a global phenomenon, especially with protests happening in many countries around the world. People were picking up on that protest because they were having those marginalized people were hurting in their own locales and countries. A lot of people took up that banner and they were using it to bring light to also the stuff that they were going through locally, domestically. So it makes sense.
I wonder what the point of a diplomat is. Is it just to be like aware of everything?
That's my second master's is in diplomacy. If you're a diplomat, you have to be aware of what's going on in the world, and you have to be aware of the news that's going on in the country. The State Department test that they have here for the Foreign Service exam is like a knowledge test like no other, and that's just to get into the Foreign Service. You have stuff about the U.S. history, but then also foreign history, all of these things about the states of other countries, and there's actually sections of the test. So there's a multiple choice test, then you have to do an essay, and then you have to do a face-to-face. And like 40% of the people only pass the multiple choice.
What a diplomat.
You're being a representative of your country, and you're making deals and also like making peace between your countries, or asking your country that you're in to help your country out with other things.
There's no feeling between the drawer and the model. The model is just curves and shadows and chest hair.
Nasty.
Is he imagining the other dude? Am I on the Titanic?
Well, I mean, like your French girl.
Oh. What?
What are you drawing? Yeah, I know what you're drawing. He's drawing his heart. With the heart, what? The heart.
Oh my god, I don't know anything about diplomacy or politics, but I know things about drawing. Usually, you don't go and dream about someone and then draw their face subconsciously, like...
Maybe he was drawing it on purpose.
Oh yeah, he probably was. He was sort of like, screw this model. I'm not sure I understand Sean's character, because he seems very rattled and connected to Black. As if maybe like Black feels like maybe he inspired everyone or got everyone together.
เรียบร้อยดีคนอย่างไอ้แบล็คไม่น่ากลัวตายอ่ะ
ผมว่ามันปากดี เคยใกล้ตายไหมก็ไม่เคย
แต่กูรู้จักไอ้แบล็คดี คนอย่างมันไม่ได้พูดเอาเท่แน่นอน
So I guess his dad isn't like keeping tabs on Wyatt. He doesn't know.
Uh-oh.
ทุกอย่างที่แบ็คต้องเผชิญ ในที่สุดแล้วผมก็ต้องเผชิญกับมันเช่นเดียวกัน
So if Black dies, does he die too?
I'm not. Oh my god.
ผมไม่สามารถหลบหนีความจริงไปได้
What? That was just to harden his resolve? He's like, alright, Black, I got your back. I'm gonna find out who beat you up, because you're in this pain right now that I feel.
กูไม่ได้อยากจะพูดหรอกนะ แต่มึงเป็นคนพาทุกคนมาถึงจุดเนี้ย ตอนที่ทุกคนไม่มั่นใจที่จะทำมึงก็กระตุ้นนักหนา แล้วพอมึงจุดไฟติดแล้วเนี่ยมึงจะทิ้งเขาไปแบบเนี้ยเหรอ
I don't know what it is, but I like Off as an actor. Just like this and in Theory of Love. I just like the way he's just like matter of fact, and just him as an actor I like.
I think Off from a lot of other actors has this more gritty
archetype that he can kind of lean into, whereas the other guys are just like super kind of pretty boys who look like they're afraid to get dirty. Like
he can like really lean into that bad boy type really well.
Which is interesting because both in this and in Theory of Love, he's like this bad boy. His character is more of an antithesis to whatever Gunn is playing.
I think out of everyone, like a lot of actors endear him to be like, feels like one of the ones who would actually beat you up if he wanted to. Everyone else looks too nice.
I like come on.
You're like, beat me up. Go. It's fascinating to see that Black was the leader. Like, I feel like Black has all this charisma and talent that White has, but is harnessed in a different way.
มึงไปเจอเพื่อนมาแล้วอะมีใครน่าสงสัยบ้างปะยังไม่มีใครน่าสงสัยนะพวกมันยังไม่รู้ด้วยซ้ำว่าแบ็คถูกทำร้ายอะไม่มีใครดูมีพิรุธแบบเจอหน้ากูแล้วตกใจอะกูงงอยู่ว่าพวกนี้เนี่ยนะมันจะทำร้ายไอ้แบ็คอะแต่ว่า
Why would you think his friends injured him?
ที่ดูไม่
I think just like biases, you know, if you're part of a gang, there could be some infighting, you piss someone off and
มันเป็นไปได้มากๆที่ไอ้ทวีจะส่งคนมาทำร้ายไอ้แบ็คลองไปอยู่กับพวกมันก่อนหรือกันเผื่อเจออะไร
I don't think we're meant to trust this dude at this point.
ใครถืออู่ก่อนนะเฮ้ยแป๊บนึงมึง
That's not a great thing to do on your first time.
Oxygen of the soul.
Oh,
ผม
okay.
เข้าใจคำพูดของแบ็คในห่วงเวลาที่ร่างกายปะทะกับอากาศยิ่งพุ่งไปข้างหน้าเร็วแค่ไหนแรงต้านก็ยิ่งหนักหน่วงมากเท่านั้นสิ่งที่เราทำลงไปต้องเจอกับแรงต้านอย่างที่ผมกับเขาก็ไม่อาจหลีกเลี่ยงได้
Does he know the way? I would get lost.
แย่ลงไอ้แบ็ค
แค่รู้สึกว่าไอ้แบ็คมันเปลี่ยนไปอะเหมือนมันไม่ใช่มันเลย
Well, there's a good reason for that.
เรื่องเลยดีกว่า
Nothing sexier than having a gun at your face, I guess. This is not my kink, but you know, I'm not gonna kink shame anyone here.
This really seems like a Eurovision song.
Okay. That was episode 2 of Not Me. Honestly, I am not too sure what to think about this show. I'm kind of on the fence about a lot of things that they're doing. It feels like they're trying to have a lot of poignant, artistic, soft, you know, life reflective moments with the sort of freedom is your oxygen to the soul and him kind of like writing it's just like a lot of, I don't know, philosophical moments that sometimes hit you, but then sometimes they feel kind of like out of place. Weaving that or thematically tying that to this counterculture lifestyle, or I don't know what to call it, but it's more like, you know, rebellious and more like doing things against the law. Not necessarily even that, but you know, like motorbike riding, alcohol, smoking, like all that being correlated, their movement and also being with like freedom. It's confusing the message for me a little bit, like which direction is this going? Then on top of that, the romance is kind of like taking a backseat sometimes. Feel very like vague on how to like assess what's going on. Do you have any thoughts? I mean, like, you know how they're like that guy who was like pretty much telling the audience, A, it's great that they're sending a symbolic message against corruption, but B, they're breaking the law. So, you know, like...
But also he was saying in his position as a diplomat, he has to toe that line. So far, I'm here for it. Like, I like sometimes fluffy stuff, but also I like things with a message. Maybe because we are the international audience, a lot of this message is going over our heads and not being that only semi-grounded in the culture or not grounded at all in the culture. This could be have so much more and could mean so much more to other things, and I know that there's so much here. Often when there is media with bigger messages and I don't discount them, I'm like, okay, there's something there and this is important for some reason. It may not be for me, and maybe I'm not getting the message because the message isn't meant for me. Sometimes people will downplay hip-hop and it's like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. No, there's a fucking message there. Maybe that message isn't for you and that's why you don't get it. And so it kind of irks me when people dismiss hip-hop as that, but obviously, yes, there's a message. There are people there. They're saying something. So that's why I'm not going to like really dismiss this. And I think it's very, very interesting what they're doing, as opposed to the mixing with the gunplay and things like that. Sure, I mean, I get it. Yeah, that's good. Rough and gruff, it's a thing. I can feel and see the tension, the sexual tension that's there, that is like, you know what, not everything is like, oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. Maybe sometimes it's like pull you and grip you and we're going to do this.
No, that's a good point. I understand. I think I was confused because I didn't understand the message. I wasn't sure if it was the storytelling that was lacking or if it was just me who didn't pick up on the context. But if I'm not in that position, for what these messages are meant for, I'm probably not in a stage where I'm receiving what they're giving. So it makes sense that the impact on me it's kind of going over my head a little bit. Like the moments between Graham and White are really cute. I feel like Graham is into Black. I'm just kind of surprised that he hasn't really picked up on the disparities between personalities. Maybe he's just a really nice person and he's like, okay, Black's just having a bad day. But we can tell that Sean is picking up on something. I think we're slowly getting to know the relationship between Black and everyone else, which is the interesting bit. Like, the more that it's revealed, it's shown that Black really influenced them. I feel like Sean's in a position where he really admired Black. I'm curious to see what he will like about White as opposed to what he found interesting in Black. Maybe he likes the growth or just his face.
Yeah, that's also going to be a very interesting thing, because what if his people in the gang or people, they like White, they like the change, even the friends and things like that, and Black's not dead. Black will wake up, and will Black still be the way that he was, or will it change, or what's all that kind of stuff? And also, what's he going to be like when he finds out his brother was living his life? And how is he going to free all the friends who were like...
You didn't know.
Right. You didn't know.
I would be so offended. I'd be like, are you serious?
Right.
That's not me. I wonder how they're going to continue playing with these themes of, resorting to breaking the law to try to enact change, because White is so like, I don't want to hurt anyone, I don't want to do anything illegal. Is he gonna change? Is he gonna, take more from Black's page?
It may even be a thing where, like, White comes in, he changes everybody to, like, at the end, they're all protesting and they get all the students together to make a big head march. Maybe this is like, that's how he changes everybody again.
Yeah, I don't see the show drawing a line. I feel like they're just going to keep everything balanced and hypothetical and, all perspectives. It could just be an exploration of moral ambiguity.
Well, that's another thing about, like, how much can they really get away with.
And I guess it's, in real life, it's hard to know what's right or wrong and, where you stand on that spectrum of things. It's just all too complicated for me. I get it's important. I just want romance.
Romance is everywhere. Just romance is not just in this...
I get it. I enjoyed the Hunger Games. There was romance in there. I felt out of place, but I was like... whatever.
Well, I'm enjoying it. Like, I like it.
If you have any thoughts or whatever on the show or our reactions, let us know what you think, because we're really keen to get people's perspectives. Hope you enjoyed our reaction, and we'll see you next week. Thank you all for watching. Bye.